Act 1, Scene 1. Setting, Park Slope, New York. The Jameson family's brownstone. Lights up on an open, concept living area with a large living room and a chef-style kitchen. There are 4 large cardboard boxes piled up stage left of the door, each bearing a handle with care label. 3 of them are taped shut, 1 is open. The living room is furnished with high-end, oversized leather couches and an armchair. Piles of clean but unfolded laundry cover 1 couch, and a blanket of laundry and a basket of laundry sit on the other couch, along with several transformers and 3 12-inch tall stuffed animals, a polar bear, a lion, and an eagle. Cereal bowls sit on the floor in front of a 65-inch flat-screen television propped up on a stand above the fireplace. Between the living room and the chef-style kitchen sits an oblong 8-seat dining table. A happy birthday balloon is tethered to a jar of M&Ms. 2 oversized handmade birthday cards, one entitled Happy Birthday to the Best Mom Ever, and the other Happy Birthday to Our Little Brother, stand next to the jar of M&Ms. Offstage, sound of children laughing and running upstairs. Sound of someone running down a set of wooden stairs. Enter LaWanda Jameson, wearing a school uniform. She rushes to the dining table and clears away the cereal bowls. Enter Adina Jameson in a floor-length tie-dye caftan.
LaWanda, leave that and go help Anton and Malika catch Jamil. The bus is coming soon.
I'm finished. I just wanted you to rest today, Mama. It's your birthday.
Baby, I need you to help with Jamil. This is the last time. Starting tomorrow, Mina will be here to handle everything.
I thought she was supposed to be here today.
I wanted to have you all to myself today. Nanny time starts tomorrow.
We all like her.
She was the only one who I interviewed who knew how to handle Jamil.
And the housekeeper seemed okay. Anton and Malika like her chocolate chip cookies.
Her name is Janice. She starts tomorrow too.
And when Janice and Mina start helping around here, do you promise not to be stressed out anymore?
You don't have to worry about your mama anymore, LaWanda.
Will you be happy?
You are my rock. Don't you ever doubt how much I love you.
Mama? Are you okay?
It's my birthday, right?
Sound of Jamil screeching. Sound of 3 pairs of small feet running downstairs.
Jamil is on the run!
See you later, Mama!
Adina hurries to the living room window and opens it, calling out the window.
Malika, don't let Jamil run around like that. Grab his hand. Jamil, stop your running. Don't you make me come out there and whip your butt on your birthday. LaWanda, do something. The bus is gonna leave you all. Anton? LaWanda, where is Anton?
He's on the bus.
I don't want to go to school.
Jamil, stop misbehaving. Malika, get on the bus. LaWanda will handle Jamil.
I want to wait for Daddy to come home and wish me happy birthday.
Jamil, get on the bus before I...
No.
5, 4, 3, 2...
Okay.
Bye, babies.
Adina
I love you.
Adina slowly closes the window and shuts the curtain. She walks over to the shelf and selects a number of framed pictures of children. She wraps the bubble paper and packs them into an open box. Sound of cell phone ringing. Adina answers. Lights change. Reveal Jamie.
Good morning, birthday mama.
Good morning.
Is Jamil still there? I can call back via video conference if he is.
He's on his way to school.
Well, how was he?
Well, angry. You weren't there to wish him a happy birthday. You know Jamil. He
I
wants
just
what he
have
wants
to take
when he wants
care
it.
of a few things at the site, but I'm still trying to see if I can head home today. I really am sorry I couldn't make it home yesterday.
Uh-huh.
I have to go, babe. Have a great birthday day.
Okay. Thanks. Call me if you do catch a flight, okay?
The door intercom buzzes. Adina answers the door using an app on her phone.
Tanya?
Who else?
Adina buzzes. Tanya, her sister, Tanya Phillips, who carries a overflowing grocery bag.
Happy birthday, beautiful.
Thank you.
You look good. And how's the birthday boy?
Well, Jamie couldn't fly home last night as planned. Last-minute complications with his project. So this morning, when he didn't get his father's happy birthday tickle, Jamil had one of his fits. Jamie says he might fly in later, but I doubt it.
Oh, poor Jamil.
How are you doing?
Well, I finished baking half of the cupcakes and cookies at 2 this morning.
I would have picked some up from a bakery if the kids weren't all gluten, nut, egg, and lactose
My
intolerant.
recipe tastes better than anything out there.
I don't know why you won't just open a bakery.
I am an app designer, not a baker.
Delicious cupcakes sell.
I have to clean up all this in here before the party. I have some more cupcake batter in the fridge along with icing. Would you mind finishing up the baking for me?
I don't mind. I'm here to turn this place into party central for my nephew and to send you off to your birthday beauty day. I'm so happy you decided to treat yourself to a spa day for your big 3-0.
You can say it 30.
You are Superwoman 30, married with 4 gorgeous children and the owner of a startup.
Yep, that's me.
Are you ready for a new you?
You are so
I
sweet.
said, are you ready for
Yes,
a new you?
yes, yes,
I
yes.
can't hear you. Yes! I can't. Good. Now let this good feeling sink in while I take these upstairs.
Tanya grabs a basket of laundry. She stops at the pile of boxes near the entrance.
What's in the boxes?
Just some stuff I'm putting in storage. The storage company is supposed to send someone to pick them up tomorrow around noon.
Okay, I got that too.
I am liking this. It's good to have someone handle things around here for me.
I keep telling you to hire a nanny.
Actually, a woman named Mina starts tomorrow.
Seriously?
You were right. There's nothing wrong with getting a little help around here and having more time for myself. I even installed nanny cams that you suggested just in case.
Perfect. When do I meet this Mina? What is she like?
You should drop in before you go to work tomorrow. She'll be here at 7. She's in her 50s, mellow, but firm. The kids say they like her. She'll be living in the guest room in the garden apartment, and our new housekeeper, Janice, starts tomorrow too.
I am loving this new 30-year-old you.
Can you clean up the garden apartment after the party? Mina moves in there tomorrow.
No problem. I'm so proud of you. Now you can focus on your happy body business. That's why you hired them, right?
Right.
Lights change. Inside Adina's mind, flashback. Spotlight on Adina.
Hello. My name is Adina Jameson, and not only am I the CEO and founder of Happy Body Apps, but I am also the proud parent of 4 children who suffer with food allergies. When I first became a parent, I was totally clueless about all things parenting and completely in the dark about food allergies. So when I learned that my first child, Lawanda, was having an allergic reaction to my breast milk, I had to revamp my diet. Imagine how difficult it was to shop for foods that didn't have any eggs, wheat, corn, or lactose. Reading the labels on every container was a chore. That's when I got the idea for my No More Oops app. It allows the user to scan the UPC barcode on products sold in grocery stores and quickly finds out whether or not items have specific allergens. Over 15 million Americans have food allergies. Potentially dead food allergies affect 1 out of every 13 children in our country. Our No More Oops can make shopping easy for all Americans.
Adina reaches into her bag, pulls out a bag of cookies. She scans the UPC code with her phone.
Adina, this product has gluten, lactose, and egg food allergens.
No More Oops will ensure that your shoppers are saved from the oops factor when they shop in your grocery stores.
Adina's cell phone chirps.
I'm sorry, that's the ringtone for my children's school. I have to take this call. Hello? Yes, this is Mrs. Jameson. Is he all right? Well, did you call my husband? Oh, okay. I'll be right there. I'm sorry. My son Jamil got hurt playing soccer during gym class. I have to go. Thank you.
Lights change. Spotlight expands. Reveal Jamie.
Why didn't you wear the suit I bought for you?
Jamie, don't get off the subject.
I pulled in a few favors to get you that appointment, Dina. I thought I was pretty clear when I asked you not to embarrass me with one of your hippie outfits.
What difference does it make what I wore to the meetings? I wasn't able to finish my presentation, Jamie.
I'm sorry I didn't answer the school's call, Dina. My boss pulled me into an emergency meeting.
I spent months preparing for this appointment.
I know.
When No More Oops takes off, you can quit your job and work with me. This could be a win-win for both of us.
That would be something.
Well, I did tell you a time I scheduled to present, didn't I?
I had no idea that Jamil would hurt himself during my meeting.
Huh?
What? Say what you were gonna say.
I I don't want them to think I'm unreliable and a bad fit.
You weren't applying for a job, you were just expanding your
I
client
put a
base.
lot of work into this.
You might want to stay small. Stay focused on selling to the
Well,
schools
my
in the
5-year
neighborhood.
plan was to improve the app and expand
It's
to
not like you
grocery
make
stores.
much money from the app. This is really more of a hobby.
This is not a hobby. This is
I
my business.
pay all the bills. I let you keep the money you make.
I know, babe, but this is the one thing that makes me truly happy.
Adina, I don't mind that you are doing this, but you made maybe $10,000 in sales last year? That's less than 10% of the tuition we pay for the kids annually. I am the one who takes care of everything.
You are so egotistical.
Come on! We're doing really well, Dina. The kids are happy. You don't have to work a 9-to-5 job. You stay home making your little apps. It's a win-win.
Jamie's cell phone rings.
We need to finish this conversation, Jamie.
Hey, yeah, hold on.
Lights change. Here and now.
Are you okay?
Yes, I'm fine.
Don't do the I'm fine thing.
You don't have to worry about me, Tanya.
Yes, I do. You were a hot mess a few
But
weeks
I'm
ago.
better now.
Okay, well, I bought some stuff to help you feel super better whenever you need to.
Tanya pulls a Ziploc bag out from her large purse. It's filled with thin, rolled-up joints.
Tell me that's not what I think it
It's
is.
what you need to take all your stress and blues away.
I can't believe you brought that stuff into my house, Tanya.
I can't believe you waited so long to tell me you were dealing with depression.
I never said I was dealing with depression.
You
did.
are.
No, I'm not. Besides, I can't have my home smelling like pot. I have kids.
Yeah, I thought you might react that way. I just wanted to see your reaction.
Tanya reaches into her purse again and pulls out a plastic canister filled with brownies.
That's why I made you these marijuana brownies.
Ugh, does Mama know you're a drug dealer?
I am a pain-free life enthusiast. The Can is a non-GMO, all-natural healer of...
Oh, you have a nickname for your contraband.
The benefits of being a senior analyst for a hedge fund that invests in high-quality Can includes not only growing financial portfolios, but also having easy access to the good stuff.
Tanya,
Studies show cannabis helps with depression.
I don't have depression.
Medical cannabis is
Take
legal in
that
New York.
out of my house, Tanya.
Tanya opens the canister of brownies and waves it under Adina's nose.
Now you want to try some.
It's so good, like real brownies.
I made it just the way you like it. Dark and white chocolate chunks. All chopped off.
How the hell do you do that?
Auntie Helen, who else?
What?
You know her specialties that are only for grown people?
I thought it was special because she put liquor in it.
Yeah, no.
Well, does Mama know?
Girl, you're the only one in the family who don't know.
Every day I'm finding out how clueless I can be.
Not clueless, you're just on your own wavelength.
Well, I did once see a documentary about edibles.
Well, I got a botanical tincture extractor a few years ago to help reduce production time. My brownies have gotten amazing reviews on leafly.com.
They have websites for these things.
I have my baking down to a science. I made this batch really mild, just for you.
Does it taste like a regular brownie?
Yes, eating one is like drinking a 4-ounce glass of wine. You drink wine.
Well, I only drink one glass of wine on Friday nights after the kids are asleep.
Well, you can eat 2 or 3 small squares today to celebrate the big 3-0, and then on Fridays, eat these instead. You know, start with small servings. It won't hit you right away, but you will feel happily mellow. Don't drink wine with it until you get used to the difference, and make sure to never eat any on an empty stomach.
Oh, this is crazy.
Go, get ready for your meeting.
You gotta be high if you think that
I only get high after midnight.
Seriously.
Look, I'll put these in the refrigerator for now. You can have some when you get back, then put them in the freezer. This batch should last you about 6 months.
Tanya opens the refrigerator and pulls out the container of brownies on the top shelf.
The storage guys are coming to pick these boxes up. Make sure you listen for the doorbell, okay?
Will do.
And if anyone calls from the school...
They won't, and if they do, I got it.
Okay, well, I won't be able to keep my phone on in the...
Go, take a shower. Once you have a brownie, you will know how great edibles are.
I haven't agreed to any of that.
And if you give me your cupcake recipe, I'll give you 50% of the sales from my
I am
gluten-free
not
and
giving you my
cupcake.
cupcake recipe.
We'll see.
Scene 2. The door intercom buzzes.
Who is it?
I'm Helen with offspring in tow.
Oh my God, come in.
Tanya buzzes Helen and Lillian in.
Adina's upstairs getting ready. You're early.
Ah, you said she was going to be going to the spa.
She's running behind schedule.
No, we could come back.
No, I'm grateful you could come.
Yes, Adina needs us. I am so happy you asked me to come.
I just don't want her to get suspicious.
No, it's her birthday. She won't even know the difference.
Who's moving?
No one's smart, Mouth. How are you?
Mouthy as ever.
Auntie Helen, Lillian, what are you doing here?
Oh, I couldn't miss you for your 30th birthday, Dina.
But I spoke with you the other day. You never mentioned anything.
It's a surprise!
Yes, Tanya planned it all.
You shouldn't have.
You deserve to be celebrated.
By the look on her face, she's definitely surprised. Hey, cuz. Long time no see.
It's been more than 15 years you've grown up, TV star.
And filled out. Those prepubescent knobs are now boobies.
You haven't changed a bit.
What can I get for you? Coffee, juice? Did you all have breakfast?
No. We are fine, sweetie. We are the ones who should be tending to you. You're the woman of the day.
This is a beautiful place. Who did the interior design?
I did. Thank you.
Lillian picks up a framed picture of Adina's family.
You look pretty good for someone who's had 4 children.
Should I take that as a compliment?
Yes, of course.
I can't wait to meet your family. Now, how old are the kids now?
Lawanda's 11, Anton's 9, Malika's 8, and Jamil, he turned 6 today.
Ooh, the stories I have heard about Jamil. I can't wait to meet him.
Don't believe anything my mother says. He is a lovely boy.
And then some.
The kids would love to meet you. They've seen all your pictures in my scrapbook.
You are a scrapbook master.
You're the one who taught me how.
But you're the one who took it to another level and created a digital scrapbook app. Oh, Lillian uses it when she's putting together her character bios.
Adina checks the time, rushes to the kitchen and grabs the box of protein bars and places them in her laptop bag.
Are you heading out of town?
No. I have food allergies. I always bring snacks in case I get hungry, and I don't want to be that far away from my laptop for too long.
Spa time means chill time.
You know me. I have to go. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
No, we won't keep you.
I wish I knew you both were coming to town.
I left your mother a message that we would be arriving earlier. I stopped at her place, but she's not home.
She was expecting you this afternoon.
I had connecting flights, but then...
Mission Robata got picked up for a 2nd season, so I had to fly out this morning to start the press tour. I talked them into 2 first-class tickets on a non-stop flight. I'm gonna be on the Today Show tomorrow. Funny, right? Today Show tomorrow. And then the day after tomorrow, I go to London to publicize. You will not believe which designers contacted my agent begging me to wear their clothes tonight. I had the hardest time choosing one. God, I wish I could tell you which one I chose, but I signed an NDA. It's supposed to be a big reveal. Crazy, right? You're a robotics engineer, right?
Well, no, I'm not in robotics. I design apps.
You studied that in college.
No, I took online app design classes.
But my mom said you went to Columbian Engineering.
I was studying robotics at Columbia.
What was it like?
Well, that was a long time ago. I hate to do this to you, but I've got to head
My
No, no
character
problem.
is studying robotics engineering at Columbia.
I know.
So, I want to know everything about your experience.
I haven't
Being
thought
a
about
woman
those days
there.
in a while. That's been more than 11 years ago.
You have to remember something.
I'm not an engineer.
So you got your degree, but you're not an engineer.
Lillian, I told you that Adina had to drop out of college.
Oh, yeah. To have a baby.
Don't mind her. Yeah, she has no filter.
We start shooting in 4 weeks, Mom.
Well, clearly you are interrogating Adina, and you need to stop.
You know what? I think I have some of my old scrapbooks on the shelf.
Adina pulls out 3 scrapbooks.
Here. Go at it.
Perfect.
Genius mechanical engineer, tough crime-fighting diva. I feel like I'm walking through space and time when I watch you playing that robotics student.
Yeah, space, time.
I mean, life is a fractal repetition of one behavior, which is to find the efficient path to a future where less energy is needed as driven by entropy. Think about it. Quantum mechanics describes the world in terms of probabilities. Instead of finite outcomes, all possible outcomes of a situation do occur.
Wow. It's like fiction taking over for reality. Like, I barely graduated high school and I'm playing a genius, while you're actually a genius, but you're really just a housewife who makes apps on the side.
Lillian!
Was it worth it? Giving up your career to have babies?
Some days yes, some days no.
On that note, it's time for you to go, Adina.
Adina checks her watch and starts to exit. Adina stops and looks at her family. She's about to say something, but changes her mind with a shake of her head and smile.
Thanks for coming.
Lillian, when did you become such a bitch?
I was just asking questions.
Keep those questions to yourself when she gets back, okay?
Whew. Jet lag, smackdown. I am dying for some cucumber water.
Yeah, well, I can't help with that, but we got brownies.
I'm on a paleo diet. Gotta look good for the show. Where's your bathroom?
Down the hall, first on the right.
Is Adina okay?
I can never tell. She's usually the queen of silence.
Did she try the brownies?
You know, Adina, she made a fuss and refused.
Well, I'll slip some can-can in her tea later.
I have to put another load in the washer. Grab whatever you want out of the fridge. I'll be right back.
I could not be a parent. I couldn't be that completely responsible for another person. It would freak me out.
Well, it can be challenging.
The whole pregnancy thing, walking around with your body growing fat, being completely out of control for almost a year, for the rest of your life. I get sick just thinking about it.
Well, from the looks of things, it's not just the thought that sickens you.
You always guess.
It's not, I'm not guessing. I know. How far along are you?
I'm not sure.
Who's the father?
He's out of the picture.
What do you want to do?
I want to be a star, Mama. It's not like the network is going to rewrite my character as a genius college sophomore who happens to be pregnant.
Scene 3. Jameson Brownstone. Lillian is sitting on the couch, rapidly texting as she listens to music through her headset. Helen takes balloons around the window. Enter Leonie Phillips.
Well, it used to be that people would visit with family for the titillating conversation.
You look fabulous.
Leonie sees the pile of boxes sitting near the entrance.
Are you two moving here to stay?
No, these boxes were here when we got here.
Ah, hi, Leonie.
How are you?
Well, I flew first class, so I'm doing quite well.
Aren't you the lucky one to have a star for a daughter?
Oh, is that jealousy I hear in your voice?
Oh, please, I don't get jealous. I'm just wondering when my daughters would do the same for me. Where's the birthday girl?
I hope at the spa.
Did you make the appointment?
No, Adina did.
We'll see if she actually goes to the spa.
Where else would she go?
Who knows? I haven't been able to figure her out since she was a little girl, always slinking around, secretive and quiet, not like her crazy kids.
They are just energetic, Mama.
They need some house training. Chewing like with their mouths open like cows, never kissing their elders hello. That Jamil refuses to kiss me hello unless Adina bribes him with a piece of candy. She's raising them like wild animals.
Your grandmotherly affection is heartwarming.
If you loosen up and bring him a bag of jelly beans, he'll kiss you without a fuss.
Loosen up. Did you just hear her tell me loosen up? She had a mouth on her.
Just like her mother.
You aren't the only actor in the family, Lillian. Little Jamil is something else. He is over-the-top dramatic. He drove Adina crazy when he broke his arm playing soccer last year. He whined about the cast for weeks.
He must have enjoyed the attention.
He's an attention hog, just like you.
And like me, he must be Oscar material.
I finally binge-watched your show. It's good.
Thank you, Auntie Leonie.
And you chose not to go to college.
Yes, I did.
But here you are with your own television show.
Everybody is talking about how I might actually win an Emmy or a Golden Globe for this. I have been practicing my acceptance speech. You know, just in case. Anyway, so I was thinking I would maybe get like, I don't know, Alexander Wang or just out of FIT designers to design my dress. Asymmetrical metallic fabric, maybe wear a pair of Doc Martens like my character does.
You are just like me, driven, not depending on a man to take care of you. You should have been my daughter.
Seriously, Mama. Do you have to be snarky on Adina's birthday? She's not here. She has nanny cams now.
She does? Where?
I'm guessing she has them everywhere. She finally hired a nanny and a housekeeper. They start tomorrow.
Leonie walks over to the bookshelf and waves hello.
Well, I didn't say anything that she doesn't already know.
Well, being a self-righteous nag will never be the same as being good, Leonie.
Scene 4. Projection. Penn Station. Adina is watching the nanny cam feed from her cell phone. Sound of chatter among passengers nearby. Leonie's voice on nanny cam.
I don't understand why Adina even thinks she needs a nanny and housekeeper. She doesn't work.
Adina turns off the nanny cam app. Amtrak station 5791, en route to Los Angeles with stops in Fullerton, departing in 3 minutes. Passengers to proceed to the track 1. Adina bends to grab her bag. Sound of children laughing. Inside Adina's mind, spotlight on Adina. In the darkness we hear.
Mama?
Mom.
Lawanda?
Adina, what is wrong with you?
Mama?
Mama.
Jamil?
Are you my mom?
Malika, of course I'm your mommy.
Mama?
Anton, stop playing, it's me.
I'm not Anton.
What?
This is all your fault.
Where were you?
I've been looking for you. Why?
Why?
Sit still, Adina. Be a good girl.
I'm sorry!
Mama, I want to be with you.
Where were you, Ma? It hurt
Mama.
so much.
Do you remember me?
I wanted you, Ma.
We needed you.
Sound of whistle blowing, here and now. Sound of train pulling away from the station. Adina watching the train pull away. Sound of the repeating clang of the train bells as the occasional intermittent horns as the train pulls out of the station. Blackout on Adina. Scene 5. Jameson living room. Lillian leafs through one of Adina's scrapbooks. In the kitchen, Tanya puts icing on a cupcake and places them on a 3-tier cupcake platter. Helen cuts chunks of cheese, arranging them on the platter. Leonie is searching online.
Oh, look at this. If you have a bachelor's degree in early childhood development with 4 years of nanny experience, there's a Chelsea family willing to pay you $110,000 a year to watch their little son.
That's crazy.
No shame in the nanny game. They making bang.
Who spends 4 years in college planning to be a career nanny?
Someone who wants to pay off their student loans.
Enter Adina.
Hey, birthday girl.
Hey, Mama.
How was the spa?
It looks nice in here.
Adina opens the refrigerator and pulls out the container of brownies.
Did you enjoy being pampered?
Adina picks a small brownie square and pops it in her mouth.
You like it?
Adina walks back to the living room with a small plate of brownies and sits on the couch next to Lillian, pops another piece of brownie in her mouth, and chews.
I didn't expect to still see you here.
I'm trying to lay low. I can't even walk down the street without someone trying to take my picture. Speaking of picture, what was with the sky blue extensions?
I wanted college to be special. I was just one of a bunch of nerdy honor students at Phillips Exeter. I didn't want to disappear in a crowd of former high school valedictorians at Columbia. I had a dream that blue hair would make me the coolest freshman ever. So the day before I started freshman orientation, your mom put those light hair blue extensions in my hair.
Did it make you stand out?
You see that statue? It's the alma mater. On the first day of orientation, a staff photographer took pictures of me right in front of it. One of those pictures ended up on the cover of Columbia magazine.
You sound like you loved college.
I did love it. You see that building? That's the engineering building. Sometimes I would get so caught up in a project I would take naps in the lab rather than go to my dorm room. I was working on a project similar to the one your character is involved with on your show last season.
You and your husband met your freshman year, right?
Yep. He loved my blue hair.
You ever wish you hadn't done it?
Done what?
Quit college to have LaWanda.
What are you talking about?
If you love being in college and it was legal for you to have an abortion, why didn't you have one?
What are you two talking
If I
about?
had, today I wouldn't be sharing my birthday with my son.
But would you be happier if you had the abortion and become an engineer?
Holy shit, is this one of your artsy character analysis
Who
games?
says I'm not happy?
You gave up so much for them.
Lillian, what are you doing?
Lillian, what is the matter with you?
The doorbell rings. Leonie grabs the remote and answers the intercom.
Who is it?
Make space pickup service.
They're here for the boxes in the living room. Let them in.
Leonie buzzes. Leonie checks the shipping label.
I don't see why you would pay for storage. You have a whole brownstone to yourself.
Adina places her empty saucer down. She starts to move toward the boxes when suddenly she faints.
Adina!
Leonie and Helen rush to Adina's side. Sound of booted feet entering the foyer.
I guess I'll handle the boxes.
End of Act 1. Act 2, Scene 2. Jameson Brownstone, same day. Adina sleeps on the couch. Adina's dream. Spotlight on Adina, sound of lions roar.
I almost let the lion get me. He kept roaring and I thought he was calling my name, but he wasn't. I refused to let him steal my tongue.
Reveal Tanya.
You may have condemned us, but we will not be devoured by the beast today.
We are not feeble, naked, unarmed victims sent in this arena for your entertainment.
We are gladiators. We are Amazonia warriors.
Lights out on Tanya. Jamie enters Adina's dream.
The car should be here soon.
I will not be cowed. I will not be torn in pieces by your salacious appetite.
Jamie takes Adina in his arms and gives her a passionate kiss with a growl.
That was some hot loving.
Wouldn't it be great if we got some every day?
You know it would be. Don't get me started.
Jamie's
those
eyes
days.
is growing to Adina's hips.
Ooh,
I
what
miss
day-
those days.
What days?
Dry hump freshman days. They were so hot.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we would grind and come all night.
You still know how to turn me on.
Jamie pulls away and adjusts his pants.
Oh, we have to stop. I don't have time to change my pants, and I definitely don't want to have to stop right in the middle of...
Adina pulls him close. They kiss.
Oh, let's move the whole family to San Francisco.
What? Honey, I have to leave soon. Let's not waste time talking about this.
Why not, Jamie? I want change. You know I love change.
The kids are in the best school in New York. Your family is here. New York is where opportunities are.
California has opportunities. You've been on that project for 3 years. How is it not the land of opportunities?
And you always talk about how much you love New York. The multiculturalism, it's not like that in San Fran. Plus, in California, you have to drive everywhere.
I'll take a
and you
trolley.
don't pay
We will
driving.
be there forever just until your project is over. We could rent out the garden apartment to cover some of the mortgage.
What about your app business?
I can do it from there. I can do it from anywhere.
But what about all the times you swore that living anywhere but here would drive you nuts?
Well, I never dreamt I'd be stuck living in Brooklyn without you.
I hear you, baby. I hear what you're saying. But I have a vision for us and the kids. The what and the how of the plan all starts here.
You have a plan.
We both have a plan, Dina. I am doing this for us.
Sound of car horn honking outside.
Let's talk about this some more when I get back.
Jamie
Right.
grabs his suitcase.
Right.
I love you.
Jamie rushes out.
Do you? Really?
Sound of children screeching.
Mommy, Mama, gonna give me my new Kindle. Daddy gave it to me. It's mine.
Focus on the essential. Me versus you. You versus me.
Mommy! Daddy said Jamil had to share with
I'm
me.
flying in space and you can't see.
Mommy, I'm talking
You're
to
trying to
you.
trap me in this one moment, but there's infinite space, limitless time.
Jamil, come back
I am
here.
walking my feet along the wall and verge of cellular conversion.
What did I tell you about speaking in your own?
What, I can't even own my own story?
Mommy, tell Anton make-believe give me back my toy.
I need to rewrite it.
Mommy!
I need to close this book.
Tragedy strikes in Prospect Park. A neighbor reported finding a baby in the garbage this morning.
Mommy!
Police arrested Ann Marshall for drowning her 6-year-old daughter.
I don't want to go! Stop you now! Tell them I don't care, Mommy. I'm not scared of the dark.
Projection of changing landscape from East Coast to Midwest to Hawaii. In the distance, at the end of a long tunnel, the sound of an elderly female.
She seemed like a good mother.
Sound of a teapot whistling. Lights change. Here and now.
I'm sorry! I'm sorry! I'm sorry! I'm sorry! I'm sorry!
Adina!
Stop that sound!
Honey, wake up. It's just a dream.
Helen goes to the kitchen and takes the pot off the stove. Leone follows. Helen pours the water into a cup and starts to brew some canned tea. Enter Lillian, wearing a tank top which reveals a tattoo of a large green butterfly on her upper arm across the top of her right bosom.
What is wrong with her?
Adina sees Lillian's tattoo.
How long have you had that tattoo, Lillian?
Well, I got it in high school.
Adina, what the fuck?
Adina's broken.
You are overreacting.
She's having a psychotic episode.
No, she is not.
Look at her. She passed out, slept for an hour, and now for no good reason she's crying and laughing. She's acting crazy, just like Mama used to.
Watch your words, Leone.
What else am I supposed to think? Look at her.
You have been worried about her becoming like Mama since she was born.
She was a nervous baby.
No, just because she was born on the same day as Mama.
Heredity,
I-
environment.
Leone, Adina is different.
Thanks to me.
Think of everything you love about your child and pray. Try not to judge her right now.
She ate a bunch of those brownies. Maybe she's having a sugar overload.
Tanya, Tanya, how strong are the brownies?
Pretty mild. No more than 15 milligrams of THC and CBD per square.
She's high as shit.
No, that's not possible.
Adina, is that what you do around here? Get high every day while your kids are in school?
No, this was my first time. They were Tanya's gift to me.
See, how did you incorporate it?
I made a 70-30 sativa and indica
Now,
butter.
did you use a hybrid or 2 different strains of can?
You call it can too?
2 different strains.
You know, sometimes the butter doesn't distribute evenly.
What are you talking about?
So some kinds of can make you more happy and energetic, and other kinds make you more, mellow, depending on the percentage of the high-feeling element.
I made sure the THC level was really low per serving.
Enough! Fix this, Tanya. The kids must not see her like this when they come home from school.
Lillian walks into the kitchen and pulls out the container of brownies. She pops a piece into her mouth.
Dina, how many of the brownies have you eaten?
I can't remember. They were...
The container is more than half empty. Did you eat anything else today?
Nope. I'm so thirsty.
Helen grabs a bottle of water and a banana and rushes back to Adina and hands them to her.
Here you go, sweetie.
I want pork rinds and a cheeseburger.
Okay.
Her whole family is vegan.
Oh. It was me.
Helen, really?
Hey, I started this cleanse, my yoga teacher recommended it. I drink 5 tablespoons of clay a day. Ooh, my goodness, yes, the smells that come out of me.
You always bring craziness when you show up.
Do you think she's tripping out?
No, laughing is good for the soul. No, but just in case she gets wired, let me see if she has any peppercorns to chew on or some activated charcoal.
Tanya, what time are the kids coming home from school?
They're enrolled in the after-school programs today. They get here by 5.
Well, that gives us 3 hours to get her, to have her shake off this high.
Adina's phone beeps and Tanya checks it.
That was Jamie. He's on a flight headed here.
What is wrong with her? Oh, Tanya, those brownies were so good, but no more.
Take her upstairs so she can sleep it off.
Okay, let me handle this, Leone.
Auntie Helen? Why are you here?
To celebrate you, my love. You know you can talk to me.
Well, I planned everything out, but it all went wrong.
We'll plan what out?
I finally made a decision for once in my life.
Oh, she's going to blow. She's not going to make it to the bathroom.
Helen hands Lillian a garbage can.
I can't stand watching people throw up.
Enter Lawanda.
Grandma? What are you doing here?
Where's Lawanda?
Putting some final touches on the decorations downstairs.
Leonie walks to the garden apartment door and closes it. Enter Adina. Helen hands her a sandwich. Adina devours it.
This
As the family watches.
This is delicious.
Lawanda's here.
Adina, why are you acting so crazy today?
Crazy is in the family, you know.
Not now, Helen.
Well, our father used to say our mother had troubled times. I've had them. It's nothing to be ashamed of.
Don't bring up our mother right now.
You never talk about your mother, Mom.
Into Lawanda. The women don't notice her entrance. Lawanda stands near the archway, out of sight, listening.
Adina, you look a lot like our mother. Same eyes.
Enough, Helen!
But when your mother was 3 years old, our parents left her with our grandmother, Yvonne, in Haiti, and came to America. And when I was born here in the States, a few years later, they took me to Haiti and left me there too. Our grandmother used to say, her son married a tête chargée, a foolish, messed up person. And our father, see, had a grocery store to run, and he couldn't take care of her, the store, and small children. So when we were old enough to take care of ourselves, he sent for us. Well, women in our family tend to be sensitive to stress.
Speak for yourself.
Yes, I had a really bad case of troubled times after I gave birth to Lillian. By the time she turned 5, I couldn't keep it together anymore. So your mother took care of Lillian for me for a while. You remember she lived with you for a while, Adina? And it took 3 years of me soaking in the ocean and drinking healing teas to get me back on my feet.
Adina sees Lawanda.
Lawanda, why are you at school?
I wanted to help you set up for Jamil's birthday party.
When did you get here?
A few hours ago. I called her out with Patty's mom. Auntie Tanya said you were taking a nap.
So you met Auntie Helen and Lillian.
Lawanda, please go back downstairs. We're having an adult conversation.
Is that why you're always sad, Mama? Because it runs in your family?
You see what you did, Helen? You just let... You can't just let the past be in the past.
Lawanda, you should go downstairs.
It's important for the girls to understand
Go get
our
ready for
family
the party.
history.
Lawanda, go
Your brothers and
downstairs.
sisters should be coming soon, then the kids from the
No,
school.
there's a difference between being sad and being depressed, Adina. Lawanda needs to understand that.
I'm just having a bad time because I ate some stuff, honey.
It's okay, Mama.
Lawanda, please go downstairs.
We were talking about mental illness in school today.
Who was talking about that?
My science teacher.
You are too young to be learning about things like that.
Grandma, I'm 11.
I know how old you are, Lawanda.
Then at lunch, Susan was saying that she had started seeing a therapist.
Your friend Susan sounds very mature.
Maybe a therapist will help you be happier.
Who says I wasn't happy before?
I hear you crying most nights, Mama.
Lawanda, honey.
The garden apartment doorbell rings.
That should be the others. Lawanda, come help me start the celebration.
And cut. That was like a scene from a movie. I have to pee.
Lillian exits. Scene 3. 5 p.m. Jamil's party is underway. Leonie and Helen are in the kitchen. Tanya and Adina enter the living room.
The kids are downstairs with Lawanda. Jamil should keep her busy for a while.
You have to tell her, Leonie.
What good will it do?
Leonie, you need to tell her to help her get through this.
Leonie breaks from Helen and turns to Adina and Tanya.
When I was in college, our parents died. Our mother suffered from mental issues since she gave birth to me. She was never treated or diagnosed. That wasn't the thing to do back then. But she was in love with my father, and he had a way of helping her find balance. Near the end, she started thinking that demons were trying to control her mind. I don't know what happened, but one day she locked herself into their bedroom and set the room on fire. My father died trying to get her out. Lillian was at school at that time. Yes. Anyway, your aunt seems to think you need to know. Now you know. Say something.
Why didn't you tell me this when I got pregnant?
I
12 years
told you
ago?
it was your choice.
You
choose.
You let me have a baby.
I didn't
and
let you
drop
do
out of
anything.
school
You
and get
chose
married. I did it because I thought that's what you wanted me to do.
Don't blame me because you have always been too worried about what people think about your choices.
Well, I always thought you were a pro-lifer.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
Are you kidding me? You're always preaching the virtues of abstinence.
Abstinence is not pro-life, it's common sense. I didn't want you to think you could spread your legs without suffering some kind of consequence.
So, are you telling me I have spent my whole life worried that are you telling me you have spent my whole life worried that giving birth would potentially trigger my crazy dream, but you never did anything to warn me or help me learn what to do if it happened?
If you could survive me pushing you, then you can survive anything.
So you have demeaned me to make me strong?
Oh, apparently not to make you to stand on your own 2 feet. You're a college dropout, you never had a job, and you completely dependent on Jamie.
Adina has her own income from her app business.
It's because I remind you of your mother.
Oh, please. She spent her whole life being coddled, and she still was a mess. I pushed you to be strong.
No. You just made me feel like everything about me was wrong, Mother!
Oh, I hate it when you call me mother.
Maybe you're right.
She doesn't feel that way, Adina. Mama, tell her.
You've raised 4 beautiful children.
I've never asked anybody for help. I didn't ask any of you to be here for my birthday. Tanya is the one who set this whole thing up.
Because you've been going through a rough time.
Lawanda has been raising Jamil and the twins for the past year.
And we are here to help you. Lend a hand if you need it. Really, right, Leonie?
Sound of brownstone entry door opening with a bang.
Kids, Daddy's home.
Sound of Jamie closing the door, tossing his key on the table, and walking down the hallway.
Not a word of this to Jamie.
You know what? Keep your mouth shut.
Wow.
When his eyes land on Lillian, there's the briefest hint of recognition. He moves to Adina's side with purpose.
Happy birthday, babe.
He sweeps Adina off her feet into his arms and gives her a long, passionate kiss. The kiss on. And on. And on. He's trying a little too hard to prove he's a loving husband.
Good evening, Jamie.
Leonie, how are you? Tanya.
This is my sister Helen and my niece Lillian.
Nice to finally meet you, Helen, Lillian. Are you loving your birthday surprise?
You knew Auntie Helen and Lillian would be here?
I knew your aunt was coming. Your cousin Lillian is a bonus.
She is, isn't she?
Well, I hate to be rude, but I have to wish my boy a happy birthday, and I have a special gift for my wifey, if you know what I mean.
Jamie.
Don't be embarrassed. I've got papers.
I knew you would come, Daddy. I knew it.
Sexy, smart, making lots of money. Nice.
Adina checked all the boxes on that one.
Is it me, or was she just not at all thrilled to see him? I should go help, I guess.
I'll help too.
Scene 4. Sometime later.
Jamil was happy to see me.
He loves being the center of attention.
Let's go upstairs. It's your turn to be happy. We don't have much time.
Jimmy turns to go upstairs.
I'm sorry. They called while I was boarding my flight to come here. They wanted me to switch to a direct flight, but I told them I had to be here.
You made sure you came here for me.
Look, I understand how you feel.
I'm okay. What time is your flight?
It's in 3 hours.
Where to?
It's an emergency meeting in London.
London.
Yes, one of the partners lives there.
But the headquarters are in New York.
And we have offices in London. Did you redecorate? Something looks different.
You could say some things have changed.
I know how stressful it can be turning 30.
Really?
I mean, I had to work on my 30th.
Yeah, you were out of town on your 30th birthday. Where were you again? In Iceland?
Let's go upstairs.
Your colleagues took you to see the Northern Lights.
The lights were just...
Oh, spectacular! You had a spectacular 30th birthday in Iceland.
I didn't plan it that way.
Right. You don't plan the spectacular things in your life, Jamie. They just happen. They just tend to happen. Amazing aurora borealis part of the job. Jamie, what did you get me for my big 3-0?
It's upstairs. It's in my suitcase.
You go upstairs and load your dirty laundry and grab some new clothes for your trip to London.
Dina, are you okay? You're acting really strange.
I am great. Actually, I'm wonderful. Hurry. Your car will be here before you.
Jamie exits. Adina walks into the kitchen, pops 2 pieces of brownie in her mouth. The garden apartment door opens. Enter Tanya, Helen, and Leon.
Those kids can eat.
Yup, me too. Those brownies, so good.
You take it easy on those.
I'm great.
Who knew Lillian would be so good with kids?
They're all giving her their undivided attention.
Yeah, they're starstruck.
Well, she's in her element.
Ask Lillian to come upstairs.
Okay.
Well, you can thank me for pushing you to shake off your funk in time for your husband's visit.
Adina calmly looks around the living room and the kitchen, quietly memorizing every detail.
That's the thing. I didn't plan to be here. If it hadn't been for a whole bunch of reasons, I would have been on a train to California right now.
What?
Enter Jamie with a suitcase and a wrapped package. Lillian enters from the garden apartment.
You see, Mama, I woke up one day and I felt like it was in a bad 1950s movies, stuck in a housewife role that I had never imagined for myself. Later, I was taking the kids to the park and LaWanda asked me, Mama, why are you wearing Daddy's clothes? That's when I really woke up. I was so embarrassed, no, sickened by the way my life had turned out. I had made choices, me. And on that day, I realized I had chosen to be miserable. I had chosen to be married to a man who had been cheating on me for years.
Adina.
And on that day, I took a moment to self-reflect. I sat down and I created a list of core requirements, life choices that would help me overcome the miasma of despair that that had become my existence for years, since I first saw his sex texts. And today, I finally came face to face with one of his lovers.
What are you talking about?
The green butterfly on Lillian's chest? I've seen it before, along with her naked breast. She sexted a picture of it to you a year ago.
Lillian!
Sound of garden apartment door opening. Sound, children laughing off stage.
Those kids can eat.
I know you never went to Iceland, Jamie. You were in Hawaii on your 30th birthday a year ago. I know, because of the Life 360 app on our phones. I'm guessing you two are planning to see each other in London? Were you with him in Hawaii, Lillian? Or was it some other woman?
We were just having fun.
Lillian!
Were you with him?
Yes!
You fucking bitch.
Don't fucking bitch me. We met at Burning Man. I didn't know he was married to Adina.
I have their wedding pictures in our album.
Oh, that's it.
Tanya makes a move to grab Lillian.
It's okay, Tanya. At least I get to finally know the identity of one of the women screwing my
I
husband.
was just borrowing him.
Lillian, be quiet.
What the hell?
My acting career is all I care about, Jamie, and you know that. I'm not about to give all of that up to be some baby mama. Don't look at me like that. You told me Adina had let herself go. You said your home life was hell. It looks pretty amazing to me. He's an asshole. I did you a favor.
Shut the hell up, Lillian.
You watch your mouth, Jamie. Lillian, sit down and keep quiet or I will have Tanya to go at you. Adina, why are you laughing?
Today didn't go as planned, but it went as it should have.
Adina grabs her purse and starts to leave.
Where are you going?
I have a one-way ticket to wherever the hell I please. The only reason I'm here now is because I chickened out earlier. Oh, Lillian, thank you for helping me make my decision.
What about the kids?
Oh, you figure it out.
Adina, you're overreacting.
No, you are. I'm calmer than I've been in a while.
I love you, Adina.
Thank you. I love you too. Time!
Now isn't the time for you to do your meditation hum crap!
Time is but an illusion, James. A year ago, I closed my eyes and discovered I couldn't imagine growing old with you. I'm checking. I see grandkids. I still don't see you. When I think of not having you in my life, I feel nothing.
Are you drunk?
Adina starts to leave.
Think about what you're about to do to our children.
Oh, I've known about the women for years. I was trying to save our marriage for our children. I begged you to let us join you in San Francisco. You refused. For our children, I have tried every sex trick in the book to win your love back. The only thing I have done for myself since I married you was develop an app. So don't talk to me about thinking about our children.
Babe.
Were you thinking about our children when you were fucking my cousin?
You never said anything.
Yeah, you would have denied it. Thinking you were cheating is one thing. Having you admit to it, then what? It was better to suffer, fearing you would leave us, than giving you an excuse to leave me.
Back the fuck off my sister, shithead.
Tanya, this is none of your business.
I never liked your pompous ass. Give me a reason to flatten you right
Get
here,
out
right
of my
now.
face, Tanya!
Jamie tries to push Tanya aside. Tanya pushes his arm aside and sweeps him off his feet.
Tanya, stop!
When he backs off from you.
Jamie, do you want our children to come upstairs and see Tanya beating you?
Fine. Go ahead, leave, but you will be back. You need me.
Keep believing that, Jamie.
Adina starts to leave. Jamie reaches to grab Adina. Tanya cold cocks him. Jamie drops to the ground.
Tanya!
I warned him.
Adina walks to the garden apartment entrance and touches the door. Then she turns to exit through the brownstone main door. Leonie starts to follow Adina.
Adina.
Helen rushes and blocks Adina's exit.
When I left Lillian with your mother, I never said goodbye to her. And when I came back for her 3 years later, she told me that her mother was dead. You remember when I moved in with you all just for that year? Well, she refused to come near me for months. And it hurt like hell to hear her call Leonie my mom. And she looked right through me. But your mother helped me to survive the journey. And so to this very day, Lillian is still healing from my choice to leave without saying goodbye.
I didn't know you cared about all of that.
How could I not? Look, your children need to hear you say that you hate to leave them, but you are broken and you need to leave to heal. Tell them that you will be back. Give them a return date and you keep your promise. Then you hug and you kiss them. A bientôt, and that is see you soon. And that will give them hope.
You come back when you're ready. Tanya and I will be here for them.
And we'll keep an eye on the housekeeper and the nanny.
Tanya, Helen, and Adina leave through the garden apartment doors.
I need you to go take a walk, Lily.
Auntie Leonie.
Your mother tells me everything. If you are here when he wakes up fully, I might need to tell Jamie about a choice you're about to make.
Leonie turns, walks into the kitchen, and takes a tray of ice out of the freezer. Leonie walks to the kitchen counter with the ice tray. She opens the container of brownies, takes out a piece, and pops it into her mouth. As she slowly chews, Leone empties the tray of ice into a dishcloth and twists the ends of the towels together. She silently watches Jamie regain his consciousness. As he sits up, she swallows the brownie. Leone inhales and exhales as she prepares to battle for her grandchildren, her daughter, and their future. Blackened. End of play.